Those were the top stories. We'll get to the news in detail now, and we'll get to you first the top story.
Absolutely, and that is about the South Asia satellite, which is all set to be launched by this evening by the Indian Space Research Organization, the ISRO. The satellite will boost communication and connectivity among nations in the region. Here's more.
India is ready for space diplomacy like never before. New Delhi will gift a bird in the sky to its neighbors through the South Asia satellite. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has described it as India's priceless gift to its neighbors as part of the Sabka Saath Sabka Vikas concept.
It is taking the Sabka Saath Sabka Vikas policy of the government to another level. It's extending the Sabka Saath Sabka Vikas policy to stratospheric levels and even beyond. Nepal, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, Maldives will be part of the initiative. Afghanistan is expected to join the initiative later. The 2,230 kg satellite has been fabricated in last 3 years and is purely a communication satellite. The South Asia satellite has 12 Ku bands transponders, which India's neighbors can utilize to increase communications.
I'm much happy to hear about this launching of Asia's satellite. In fact, it was talking about that for maybe last 2-3 years. It was informed that India is going to launch this type of communication satellite, and then normally we Sri Lanka, the Department of Meteorology was using the Himawari and other satellite imageries from through IMD website.
The benefit of this satellite will be in the areas of mapping natural resources, telemedicine, education, IT connectivity and people-to-people links.
People are happy, and most of them, especially youth, believes that satellite will be beneficial for them.
What basically happens is satellite, it takes lots of images, right? So because Nepal has abundance of natural resources which are not properly utilized, so with those images we can know like what all resources we have.
This satellite launch helps in Nepal in a way for managing for disaster management.
In 2014, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had made a unilateral proposal of India launching the satellite whose data will be shared with the South Asian countries for their development. The launching of South Asia satellite will give a boost to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's neighborhood first policy. Only last month, Sri Lankan, Bangladeshi and Nepal's leadership were here in New Delhi. Later this month, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be visiting Sri Lanka. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's initiative will propel the regional cooperation into new stratospheric level. With camera person Rakesh, Siddhant Sibal, DD News, New Delhi.
And Siddhant Sibal is now joining us at the moment for more on that. Siddhant, good morning. We just saw in the report that the benefits, the immense benefits of this, that the launch is going to have an important step by India to enhance cooperation with the entire South Asia. Just give us more details, Siddhant, as to how this launch will actually enhance, give a boon to the progress in the entire region.
Well, Nancy, the Indian diplomacy will go into a new orbit from today. Space diplomacy is being launched with the launch of the South Asia satellite, and the focus will be on regional cooperation. This satellite will help in regional integration, and as you just said, that the benefits will be immense, especially in the field of telemedicine, in the field of mapping, yes. And also it will secure a hotline between India and other South Asian countries, especially when it comes to natural disaster, because remember the region is prone to natural disaster. That is the major benefit. The countdown started yesterday at around 1 o'clock. The 28-hour countdown began on Thursday, and it will be launched today at Sri Harikota Satish Dhawan Space Center. And the cost is around 450 crore rupees. Remember, that's exactly the same cost of the Mars Orbiter mission, and which is less than the cost of the movie Gravity. Remember those famous words that
yes.
It is less costly to launch a satellite than to make a Hollywood movie. And of course, in the weekly briefing, the external affairs spokesperson said that India's neighborhood first policy now goes beyond the region to a stratospheric level. These are the words being used: space diplomacy, new stratospheric level, and the policy of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas now goes beyond the boundaries, the national boundaries, into the South Asian region, and give a major boost to the Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas policy in the South Asian region, from Afghanistan to Bangladesh, from Bhutan and Nepal to down to Sri Lanka.
All right, Siddhant, it will indeed establish new standards when we talk of communication between these countries of the SAARC region, but Pakistan is not a part of the initiative. Let us know more about how big a loss would it be for the neighboring country, given the fact that all the countries are part of the initiative, except that.
Well, it's a major loss for Pakistan, because this is a collaborative measure for all the South Asian countries. Remember, SAARC has very less initiative. Remember the South Asian University, an initiative of India, the South Asian Games, and this was supposed to be the big major integration plan, and all the countries were eager to join it. Initially, Pakistan also said yes to it, and the name of the South Asian satellite initially was SAARC satellite, because all the countries were participating in it. But Pakistanis wanted joint collaboration, joint control of the satellite. But India has said it's a gift to the South Asian region from India's side. So that is why Pakistan backed out, and it has always been the case when it comes to Pakistan. We know that SAARC grouping, it has been the major initiative have been blocked by Pakistan, and Pakistan, it has its own identity crisis when it comes to SAARC, because it considers itself as a Middle Eastern country but wants to be part of South Asia for all the benefit. And remember last year what happened with the SAARC summit, because of the terrorism emanating from the country, it had to be cancelled. So Pakistan has usually been up to its own ventures and has played a spoil sport. But India, on this part, has been focusing on regional cooperation, and India is the only country which can launch and operate satellites, and it has made its name when it comes to launching of satellite. India has already launched more than 180 foreign satellites, and remember, just recently it launched the most number of satellites, 104 satellites in one go. It has been helping ASEAN to establish a satellite center in Vietnam. So India on this part has been focusing on regional cooperation, but that's not been the case with our neighbor Pakistan, and it has been playing a spoil sport.
All right, Siddhant, thank you so much for joining us with those details and explaining to us the space diplomacy. Thanks for joining in. Our correspondent